No, but it's not that he started streaming. It's that he...
What is happening?
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. No, but it's not that he started...
Welcome to the Wait and Queue podcast for 5514. I'm here with Cross and Relic, and it says we're here with Butt-Kiss. Whoops.
It's not what the card says.
What? Who's this Butt-Kiss fellow? I can't impersonate his voice, so I can't,
Well, I'm Butt-Kiss, and I like butts.
There we go. I fixed it.
I don't really have much to contribute, but I will speak occasionally.
Yeah, see, that's pretty much his cadence.
Yeah. He's like Barack Obama.
Maybe they're the same guy.
Zing!
I think you spelled Relic's name wrong. There's supposed to be an S after the M.
I apologize.
Okay, no, it's okay. I understand. So yeah, there things.
Welcome.
We're all
Yeah,
going
this
to
is
die because of that MERS virus that's gotten to America. Wow.
There's a virus.
H1N1.
Yeah, the Middle Eastern, the Middle East respiratory syndrome virus, I think, or something like that.
Oh.
It finally got to America after 2 years.
Is it better than swine flu and bird flu?
I mean, it depends. There's only been 401 confirmed cases, but 30% have died, so...
Oh, that is better.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, common or anything, but people die at least,
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
that swine flu. Fuck you. You ain't got shit on the MERS virus.
But yeah, how you been, Relic? You haven't been on for a while, have you?
Like
Well, I had the MERS virus, so,
Well, I mean, we all haven't, like, all three of us haven't been on for a while, have we?
Together?
Together, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
'Cause you should
I
really
don't mean, like, not any of us have been on for a while, because...
The podcast for the past 300 episodes has been manned by Relic Guy and Cross and Companion Sphere.
Relic guy? Oh, that guy's a dick.
He is a dick.
Although Companion Sphere is kind of more of a dick.
Yeah, he sucks. You try to put him on a table, rolls right off. And it's just
can't
not
sit
efficient.
still. I think, you're walking and you accidentally hit him, and unlike the cube, he actually moves.
Yeah.
You can't just stay still.
And Companion Sphere is always a dick to Relic guy, too. Oh, it's such...
Such sex. Such...
Oh my...
Much sex, such butt.
I haven't seen Companion's Cube since I put him on that hill. He just kept going.
He was gone.
Never saw him again.
Maybe one day, but today is not that day. But yes, what about you, Cross? How was your daintily strollingness?
It was pretty great. And of course, since it's, yeah, apparently... Apparently, every single Monday is going to be a really, really nice day, and no other day in the week will compare.
Cross?
Well, maybe he shouldn't call people dicks.
He said Relic guy.
Uh-huh. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have chat open. I have no idea what's happening.
Nothing happened. Look, nothing happened. Everything is normal.
This doesn't matter.
And maybe people shouldn't call other people dicks.
I'm sure it was Relic Guy. Nobody likes him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
Well, look, if I misunderstood a joke, I'm sorry, but otherwise... But yeah, it was nice. I probably would have come back about this time. But, I don't know. I just...
Cross doesn't want any responsibility, even if it's just coming onto a podcast once a week or something.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll have you know, this took up, at least an hour of my day.
At least
But you say an hour, it takes up more than an hour if you want to do something away from the house, Companion.
Yeah,
it can
you
take
have
up
to
to 2 to
plan
3
around
hours. Then there's the compressing of the podcast. Then there's the the promo doesn't take that long, but still. I mean, that means I have to be on earlier to make it, or...
Well, that's why you should just make a generic one, but just...
I'll do that, but still, it's more, you keep on saying it's just an hour, but there's definitely more that goes into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know, you have to plan around the podcast being on that time at that day. You have to be at the podcast if you want to have topics for the podcast, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not going to claim that I put enough effort to actually set more topics than what I've been playing or whatever, but, you know. It takes more than an hour is what I'm saying. Because, yeah, you have to plan around it. Yeah. And especially, if I wake up at, like, 2 in the afternoon, which happens with my insomnia, I'm not going to get moving for, like, an hour or two. Now I'm stuck in the house. I can't just leave at that point. By the time I leave, it'll be time to come back.
Pointless.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been our weeks. Thanks for watching the Wait and Q podcast.
I don't think you said anything, companion.
No.
I think that you're ducking it again, like all the other times.
I said something in the beginning. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, but how was your week, companion?
Huh? Oh, my week? Oh, it's meow. It's been alright. I streamed stuff. Oh my god, I streamed stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess meow counts as an actual answer.
But you didn't. You didn't 8. You were supposed to 8. I tried to get you to 8 so many times, but you didn't 8.
Yeah, I streamed the Stanley Parable.
And he didn't 8. He didn't 8. We've been 8ing for months.
There's a keypad that I was good to type stuff on, and Cross was like, push 8 in all of them, and I was like, no.
No, you just, like, you meant to do it, and then you're like, oops, I forgot again. It's like, come on! I'm telling you to do this for a reason, companion. It's very important. If you stream it again,
This week was a potato. Yeah, did you guys hear about the new Civ game? Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you guys heard of the new Civ game?
I love Civilization. I'm so glad there's a new one coming out so I can not buy it also.
I heard that it was supposed to be like Alpha Centauri.
I've never played Alpha Centauri, so I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be like in space. It's supposed to be space-based.
I haven't played Alpha Centauri. I don't know what that is. It's only one of the best of the Civ games. I'm retarded companion you.
Hey, I think
I have heard of this. It's like Philip DeFranco talked about it or something.
Oh yeah, he talked about it too. It's in Civilization, you originally start out as like this like crappy civilization that's just sitting there rubbing sticks together and stuff like that. Well, in this game, from what I can tell, you start out building a spaceship and then you launch it off and go to different planets and stuff. And there's different layers to the planets that you like. There's the atmosphere layer that you can play on, and then the ground layer. It just looks awesome, and you can meet alien races and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
The real question is, how come everyone who's watching this podcast right now has a name that starts with an A?
This is very concerning.
It really is.
There used to be a guy named Apples.
Oh god, that'd be terrible. I like how I just live edited you with my program. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get into the Civ game, even though I bought Civ 4, just so I could play a mod. I'm probably still not going to play it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But if you do want to try out that, then I have Civ 4 as well. I don't know, does the mod work multiplayer?
I have no idea.
I would assume so.
I don't think they do.
I generally wanted to play single player anyway, so that's how I like to play those games usually. When I used to play them. Like, I played a lot of Rise of Nations on single player, and it was awesome.
Rise of Nations. My grunts of frustration, that game. Jesus.
Did you ever play it on one player, or?
No. Well, I think I did. I just played skirmishes, though. And
oh, no, you gotta play the one where you take over the world. That one's a really fun one. Like, you can make alliances with people.
The multiplayer is ridiculous, though. Because the first person to get to that AI technology, it just stomps everybody.
Yeah.
Or the nukes. I do like the nuclear system in that, though. If people fire off too many nukes, then everybody loses.
Yep, Armageddon.
Yeah. It's pretty great.
But especially because if, like, you're about to lose, it's like, well...
See ya! MAD, mofo!
That's probably what would happen in real life. It's like, wow, they're gonna wipe out entire civilization. Fuck this!
I don't know if I could do that, though, if I was a leader of a civilization.
Well, this is after you've already fired a few nukes, and you're being nuked. It's like...
That's terrible!
Yeah, like, it's already at a certain point, companion. You might just be like, that's it. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll happen eventually.
But no, if you're a civilization leader, like, let's say you're China, and USA fired a nuke at you, and you have a nuke, would you fire a nuke back at them?
If I'm from China,
Like if you were in control of the Chinese nuclear program,
maybe.
you could decide if to fire off nukes.
Well, do you really want them to get a free one?
Well,
I don't.
You can destroy it in air, Ross. I mean, it doesn't have to land. It doesn't
Not
have to hit.
really. They say that you like. There's been this government program that's trying to make it so they can shoot out nukes of the air, but it doesn't work like people think it. It's basically like there's a bullet coming at you, and you have to try to like hit that bullet with another bullet. Like that's how difficult it is.
Well,
Like-
it is like that, but if you do it right, you
But
just
you-
screw over everyone else.
Yeah, you probably won't do it right though. That's the problem.
The nuclear fallout too. That'll just go away too.
Yeah, I mean it's better to detonate it over the ocean than on land, probably. But the idea is to make it so it doesn't detonate. I mean, it's still.
Oh my God! Another person with the name I. Get out of here!
No, come back. Only people with the name A are allowed to stay. Oh
No,
no,
that's
drunken
okay.
drunken archangel. That's close enough. That's archangel. I'll allow it.
I don't know, companion. I mean, in the heat of the moment, I would probably fire off a nuke back because, rage. I'd be like, you asshole.
You would
But-
have a rage nuke. That's not a good thing.
If I'm China, I probably do. I mean, come on. They're just waiting to pop it on Japan. Let's be honest.
That's the thing. Anyone who fires the nuke first is a dick. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah. I mean, firing the nuke in return, it's ill-advised. It's still being kind of a dick, but it's return nuke.
I couldn't.
Counter
Like,
nuke.
the person who dropped the fat boy and the fat boy on Hiroshima or
And
whatever.
the fat cousin or whatever the second one was named.
Yeah, yeah.
Big Mama.
I heard that he killed himself
Yep.
because of the guilt. Like, if I could not fire off a nuclear missile and kill that many people,
The screwed up thing
It's
is
just-
like they didn't really tell him. Like they had all these training drills where people would take like usually with like bombs and planes they drop like 50 bombs in one run because it's like a bomber. They were having people practicing dropping one bomb on a target and people were like what the hell? And then they just chose that guy and he dropped one bomb and it was about 1,000 times bigger than he thought it was going to be.
didn't even tell him that was a nuke.
Well, they told him it was a nuke,
God.
but he didn't know what that meant. Like, one had never been dropped before. This is the first time it was ever used. Like, no one could really comprehend that
That's
amount of
fucked
destruction.
up.
Yeah,
They pretty
and-
much told everyone, don't let this guy get killed because he needs to drop the nuke.
yeah, and then he dropped the second one, but yeah, he couldn't deal with what he did. Like, so many people died,
He's like, shit.
and it definitely ended the war. They're like,
Yeah.
how about you don't drop a third one of us? But for God's sakes.
America are terrible. Get out of here, America.
Yeah.
Get.
The thing is, like, the Japanese were fighting, like, they were losing, but they were fighting like it was, like, they were gonna win. Like, they didn't give any ground. They got crazier.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
oh,
the
man.
most costly.
Yeah.
If we had kept going, it would have been the most costly victory ever.
Yeah, I remember
It's-
reading
It
World
was
War
tooth
II
and nail.
on Wikipedia, and I heard about this too in history class. And if we would have kept on, like, if we didn't drop the nukes, then we would have had to invade them, and it would have, so many people would have died. It would have been ridiculous.
It was Japan back then was kind of like how North Korea was in the sense that they were so proud for whatever reason that they would not give up. They
Well,
were
they-
willing to fight.
They had a
Like,
dictatorship, didn't they?
Yeah, and they thought the emperor was literally God.
Mhm.
And, like, after the nukes were dropped, he had to make an announcement being like, yeah, I'm not actually God. I'm just a guy. Sorry.
And even in the worst positions, like a dude being, about to be captured or whatever, he would rather blow himself up to try to take someone else with him than, potentially live.
Suicide bombers, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
it
yes,
was-
I know not all Americans nuke people. First of all, like, the USA is the only one that has dropped it, but when we say America, we mean USA, because,
Yeah.
we're the only Americans that matter.
Yeah.
That's at least the
Exactly.
percent. Because even people from other countries, when they say America, they're talking about the U.S. Like, if they're talking about Canada, they're going to say Canada. Like, I know it's not technically. It's like the difference.
It's just the shorthand for, because they don't want to say the United States. They just want to say one word.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like when people say New York, they're usually talking about New York City, even though I'm like, I don't live in the city, but I live in New York because it's a state. Like, it's just people know the city, so they're talking about the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, this is supposed to be a gaming podcast, not a World War II podcast.
It's supposed to be a whatever the hell podcast, unless a mod
A
from
waffle
Twitch comes
podcast.
in, and then we only talk about video games.
Yeah, if a mod from Twitch comes in ever, we're done.
No, but look at the topics. Obviously, we're a video game podcast. We just need to make sure that the topics are always on topic, and then we can talk about whatever we want.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, hibbity-jibbity, Mr. Twitch man, we just got off topic, don't delete us.
We should just start recording, like, rounds of Awesome Knots and then just replaying, like, the same round every week.
We could do that. Like, in the space under the topics, if we could put gameplay footage, we technically wouldn't be violating the contract.
Like, it wouldn't even need to be new footage. It could just be, like, the same thing every week.
It could be a
They
5-minute GIF. As
They
long
wouldn't be
as-
able to say Jack.
Yeah. It's like, we're doing it.
Like, look, we're playing. It's
Yeah.
just, we don't care. We're
But
talking about whatever.
As long as we don't
Whatever.
get popular, we're not going to have to... Like, if we start getting, like, 100, 200, 300 people on
It's
the
not
stream
gonna
at once,
happen.
yeah, then maybe, but no. That's not going to happen.
One of these days, though, we'll come up with the contingencies plans.
Hibbity-jibbity, Twitch man.
That's there in case they show up, so... There.
Oh, God.
Hibbity-jibbity. All right, well, I feel at
See you,
ease.
folks.
This is clearly on topic.
No ads on this channel.
Good day,
Look at
boy.
these video games, oh man.
But yeah, do you guys have any topics, or did you...
I just have... Have I actually played anything? I swear, I don't know. I bought 2 games, but I haven't played them yet.
Didn't you... I think you played one game that we had a small conversation about. What was it? It was it... I don't remember.
I don't know if that happened this week,
Oh.
because I can't remember playing any weird game. Besides Assassin's Creed, but I talked about that last week.
I can mention that the Defiance MMO is going to go free to play.
To be honest, there's a small chance I'll check that out, because it's a unique... Oddly, I mean, it combines 2 genres that I don't like, but maybe both of them together will make me like it.
Do you mean third-person shooting and MMO?
And MMO, yeah.
Okay, because this is the MMO for anybody that doesn't know. This MMO was supposed to be tied into a TV show on the channel Sci-Fi, going under the same name, but I don't think they ever really did it good.
Mhm.
But yeah, but this game is going the traditional route of they charge for the normal MMO first, and then they make it go free to play after a certain while.
Yeah.
So there's the link to the article.
Yeah, and this thing used to be like a $60 MMO. Wait, so they charged and they had a subscription?
No, I don't think they had a
okay,
subscription.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was $60. After like 2 months, it went down to $10, which is when Douglas got it, and he really liked it. And it got okay reviews.
There's a point in time when it was $2.50, and I missed that.
Well, now you save $2.50 if you want to check it out. I might
The
be
big
willing
thing
to play
about-
this.
The big thing about Defiance was that it was supposed to be like the first major game that was cross-console. Like anyone who was playing on
yeah.
PS3 would still be able to interact with people on PC.
Mhm.
But that didn't really save it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is that it's actually based on a television show.
Yeah.
And supposedly, I don't think this happened, and I don't even know if I think the television show's gone. No.
I do too, at
Yeah.
this point.
It wasn't that great.
think-
It wasn't bad, it just wasn't... I didn't care.
It says it's gonna go free to play with the second season of the Defiance TV show. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so maybe it's
Cool.
not dead, but...
Well, the thing is, there were supposed to be events in the video game that would actually affect the television show, was the big draw.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense that it wasn't canceled because it's on Sci-Fi Channel, and it takes a lot from them to cancel stuff.
Sliders.
But it's certainly lost, like, after that first couple months. Like, you didn't hear anything about the TV show, really.
Yeah.
Like, it was pushed to the wayside.
That's why I thought it got canceled. None of, like, a lot of my friends are sci-fi geeks. None of them talked about it. They saw a few episodes and they're like, it's okay, but I'd rather watch other stuff.
Yeah, that was my response to it. I saw a couple episodes and I'm like,
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it was like, it's like Stargate. It's like, I don't actually need to watch any more of this.
I could, but I don't wanna.
Yeah, it's like I have other things that I'd rather watch, almost anyway. It's like that
Like,
show Falling Skies.
Yeah.
I only know about that because one of my friends was actually on, like, the last episode because she won a contest. which is pretty cool.
But yeah, that's going free to play on June 4th, and I think I'm gonna check that out too.
Yeah. By the way,
my.
Relic, me and Companion may have re-downloaded DC Online.
Yeah, that's
And,
it.
Losers.
You know, if you wanted to revive me Auschwitz.
Speaking of DC Universe Online,
Mm.
I streamed some of that last night when I was
Oh.
trying to level up to level 10 to get to your level,
Okay.
because I'm a scrub. And then you get,
Get to my level, scrub.
Yeah, but that's on Twitch. I think I'll be streaming some more of that until I get to level 10. Do you know your exact level?
No.
Okay.
You had a hero too, though, didn't you, Relic? It was like some Panther guy or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know who the hell he is.
Look, I wish you had kept that footage of you and me playing, or at least given it to me, because I think I could have done something with it.
I didn't record you and me though. That was.
I thought you did. I thought you recorded that.
I don't think I did. I remember recording the whole group thing, and it was.
Yeah, I know you recorded that, but
And it was pretty bad.
I could have edited to something good, but it would have been worse than the RuneScape footage.
Yeah, if I had
Cross.
kept,
It's Harris.
till now, I would have done something like short with it. But
Hmm.
you know, back
just
then
like-
I was like, "Oops, space."
I liked it because I was being a dick because I kept on calling you my sidekick because I was a higher level. And you're like, I'm not your sidekick. And two, I don't think you're actually a panther, but I kept on calling you a panther. And you're like, I'm not a damn panther, I'm a Cheeto, or whatever the hell I don't remember. Leopard.
That was pretty good.
And I don't
It
know, I
was
think it would have been good.
hilarious.
Yeah.
We sat around and just dueled a bunch. That's what I remember. I'm like,
Yeah,
can we
there was-
do
there was
something?
one-
You guys are like, shut up and duel me. I'm like, God.
I was getting upset because I couldn't win any duels.
Oh yeah, because your guy was made dumb or something.
Well, I don't. The
was
weird thing is,
great.
like, Butkus started playing, and I could always beat him, but I could never beat Relic. But Butkus could beat Relic, and Relic could always beat me. So we had a weird rock paper scissors thing going on. I don't know.
It was splendid.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to win rock paper scissors, just always play what your person played last.
Oh, you read that article too, did you?
Yeah.
It doesn't always work like that, though. Especially because the better game is rock paper scissors lizard Spock.
Look, I'm not even gonna ask.
You
Anyway,
see, most of the time, if people know each other really well, you'll actually notice you'll do the same thing over and over. Like the longest one I had was like 15 consecutive matches of people posting, like throwing the same thing. But rock paper scissors lizard Spock solves that by having 5 options instead of 3. If you type that in, you can see the chart. It's a little bit confusing
I don't want to see the chart.
because you see paper disproves Spock, and
Damn it.
rock crushes lizard, and I think
What about
lizard poisons
scissors?
Spock, and scissors decapitates lizard, and I think Spock
For
beats
God's sakes.
scissors, and then whatever. There's a
Post
chart.
more RuneScape Cross. That's what that. If we are gonna do that, there's a chance that we might have more people than just me and Cross.
Yeah, because I refuse to do anything but chop trees. So if we bring other people,
Chop.
chop, chop.
There's
chop,
more.
chop.
There'll be more chop.
There will be. But I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to record the second session. I'll do it because I'm contractually
Think-
obligated, but
Yeah, you are going to have to.
which is dumb because you don't want to do it.
I don't.
You don't want to do it, and I don't want to do it. Yet you're still going to make me do it.
Anyway.
Stop eating the steak, companion.
It's so salty though.
I bet it is.
Nom.
Hey, Cross. So,
Yes.
so on May the 13th,
Mhm.
Steam's gonna get a little bit of Dynasty Warriors 8.
Are
really?
you kidding me?
Yeah, it's coming out. Dynasty Warriors 8, the complete edition, which includes Dynasty Warriors 8 and the Extreme Legends combined, is coming out on
Okay,
Steam.
Now the very important question is, does it have internet co-op?
I don't know, but
Because if it doesn't, then screw it. Because I've played too many hours of Dynasty Warriors to even care about playing that by myself at this point.
But if it does,
If
oh
it
my
does,
god!
if it does, ancient Chinese warriors! We're gonna
Was
go
that
all
one guy
blue
who
on the
just
rest.
punched a horse?
I did. That's part of the ancient Chinese warriors, is punching horses.
Okay.
It's like, oh look, it's Lu Bu on red hair. Pfft, red hair is unconscious. That literally kills you. But
Eats
all right,
you?
I'm a little bit worried because I have to be completely honest. After 6, I was like, you guys screwed the hell up.
Yeah, 6 was terrible. 7, they tried to bring it back to the old school gameplays, but it wasn't fun.
Oh,
It was
okay.
more of a story game, so like
Gotcha.
the combat was repetitive and boring, and the story was what was like super great.
Okay.
So I don't know how 8's gonna do.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's already
thing-
out for everything else,
For
but
people who don't know, Dynasty Warriors is basically you play as this ridiculously powerful Chinese warrior who can literally fight thousands of crappy warriors at once. And a lot of the criticism was like, you just hit one button and everyone dies. Which, you know, is sort of true, but in the old one on the harder difficulties, you did kind of need to use combos, and there was strategies that would make you fight better. Then they changed it so you literally could just hit one button and it would do ridiculous things. And there were no combos. There was like 3 moves instead of 6, and jugglers and stuns and stuff.
but
like-
the main aspect of the game, and this I never got why people said it was easy. The main part of the game was managing your army's morale and being where
Yeah.
you need to be at the proper time, not dicking off.
Although, if you were
Like-
badass enough, you could just, like, plow through. Like,
Yeah,
that was the problem with Samurai Warriors. On Samurai Warriors, you had to be where they told you to, or your army would get depressed and explode.
and then it
that
would just
ruined
be you versus everyone every time. And it
Well,
was
usually it would be they kill your leader and you lose automatically.
yeah, unless you just sit there babysitting him.
Yes, but
No
who,
one wants
like,
to do.
yeah, exactly. Like on 2-player, you could fix that by having 1 player babysit them, but they screwed up the 2-player by having a dual Musu bar for some dumb reason.
I only ever played the second Dynasty Warriors, I think, and that was like years ago now.
The
because
second one, it doesn't hold up now, but for the time, that game, like, it was one of the first PlayStation 2 games I played, and I'm just like, there's hundreds of things on the screen at once.
I just remember riding into battle and chopping up just dozens of people and being
it's-
like, I'm badass.
It is. It's so great, and all the music is electric guitar music for no good reason. Except for 4. 4 was the best. A lot of people didn't like the music, but it was a combination of electric guitar and traditional Chinese instruments. So it sounded just unique, and I loved it, but they never did
In
that
the
again.
5th one's expansion, you could play through as one of the crappy little guys in one of the modes. It's amazing.
Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. Alright,
Amazing.
I love that mode. I gotta say, I played that mode more than anything else in 5. Because you start out, you don't even have a Musu attack, and you're just a peon, and you have a mentor, and the mentor has special lines. Like, there's like 40 different mentors, and they all have special lines that you only hear if you pick them. And eventually you become a badass, and you get skills that you can't get in the main game, like Fire Arrow, or Light Fire to Base. Instead of, like, taking over, you just light it on fire. Or Ambush. Like, you could hide in a bush, and then, like, a general comes, and he's like, oh, I can't you believe you've done this cowardly attack. And then their morale goes down. Oh, God. It was
What the hell?
I loved it. I made a character with, like, this gigantic afro that was really tall, called, like, Bruce Leroy or something from The Last Dragon. It was so good, and he had nunchucks. Oh my god.
Bruce
Nice.
Leroy.
Bruce really. Oh, people still need to see The Last Dragon. If you want to understand what the '80s was actually like, you need to watch The Last Dragon.
People really want us to talk about the new Call of Duty game, apparently.
No.
The game that none of us have
Man,
played.
Yeah.
are you guys gonna play Call of Duty? I don't even remember what it's called.
I have
Wait, is
played.
it actually out yet, or is it coming
They
out?
revealed it.
Oh, we haven't even known.
Yeah, I have literally played 0 seconds of Call of Duty.
I would not know that the new Call of Duty game is out unless if I didn't have to Google search gaming news every week to try to find topics.
Nice.
What? That sounds pathetic.
It does.
No,
Yeah.
it's a good thing. Look, we just. Oh, you meant it as a joke? Okay, fair enough. You said it too earnestly. And I'm not. I don't think I could. Let's play Dynasty Warriors because slash.
Slash?
Slash.
Oh,
It's a hack slash.
Yeah,
A
I could
giant
do it. I
slash.
could do it with a partner, but that would need to be local co-op, and we can't. Doesn't wanna work.
Like the thing is too, the older games would have made for a better one than the newer ones. I think.
Oh,
Probably away
definitely.
with the port, I would assume.
It would have to be Dynasty Warriors 3 or 4 because those are the ones that I own and still have, and I'd have to use my cap. There's actually one of my FAQ videos has a part of Dynasty Warriors 4 in it.
No, I'm talking about with an emulator. Do you think it would be possible with an emulator?
PlayStation 2 emulators are not that great, and they're really hard to use. So
Yeah, and I've never heard of
you
a.
don't condone emulators, kids.
Well, there's some games
Don't
where
down emulators for games that you can still get.
Yes,
kids.
there we go. It's there's some PlayStation 1 games that you can't buy them.
Brave
like-
Fencer Musashi. Try to find that.
Oh my god, I love that game so much. If I could get an emulator, I would totally play that. It's so
I
good.
see what you mean. COD Google, but like Google is such trademarked, like just instated in my mind as Google.com that I didn't even think about the Google like aspect of the infinite numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Google
man.
Pluxes.
Google Blocks.
The last Call of Duty game that I really enjoyed was Call of Duty Black Ops 1, and that was actually, I had a lot of fun in that. And the ones by Track are pretty good.
Last COD I enjoyed was pretty good. I put some like lemon on it. It was decent, but I
Lemon
felt bad for
God.
killing it.
Yeah, it wasn't very filling, really.
No,
I
it
know
wasn't
what you're
very
talking about.
big. I should have thrown it back.
Last one I enjoyed is World at War. So
World of War is pretty good.
yeah, no.
Because of the zombie mode, that's really what took it.
Wait, did the
Yeah,
one
but
with
the
the?
old school guns are good too.
We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Did the one with the dog ever come out?
The dog? You mean
Ghosts. You mean Ghosts,
Ghosts.
Yeah. Did that come out?
Yes, it did.
Didn't the dog die?
Did they kill him?
I don't know. I didn't play it.
That was the rumor that they were gonna kill him because they're like, you're gonna feel an emotional connection. Then everyone was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna kill that dog. That's what you mean by that, isn't it? And I wanted
That's
to
the only thing that we could feel for.
Did the dog in COD Ghosts die?
also known as Call of Doggy or Dog of
Riley.
Duty.
Riley, the Call of Duty wiki.
This is very important.
Okay.
If he didn't die, I'm actually gonna be disappointed.
He is like a 5-paragraph biography, for God's sakes.
Look,
What the
this is
hell?
the most unique character that they had in all of the COD iterations.
Call of Doggy was born on a fine spring day. He was one of 4, but he was the strongest. Alas, his brothers were jealous and cast him out. Growing up on his own, he became hardened by war until he met him.
Riley is the playable dog. Oh, wow, you can play him.
Oh my god, maybe I should play that game.
I don't think they mean playable as in actually like you play him for a whole level. I think they just mean segments.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. I don't think he died.
I like to think-
Riley is last seen in the prologue of All or Nothing.
I like to think they were going to kill him, but everyone was like, "You're gonna kill him," and they're like, "Oh, they guessed it." Well, we better not
How'd they
do
guess?
And then PETA came up and was like, "You can't
it.
kill
You
dogs
can't
on
kill this
game."
dog that doesn't exist. Only humans, please. Only shoot human beings. They're not
Only
worth
who-
as much.
Please.
Oh my god.
Look, they
Anyone
were
who's watching the video, ignore what I'm doing.
I don't know what he's doing. They threw a fit whenever, just because of the Tanuki suit in Mario, for God's
That
sake.
was
So
dumb.
I have no doubts that they would throw a fit for, oh, you're gonna kill Riley. No!
It's like, fine, Tanuki suit, you're 24 years too late, guys. This happened a very long time ago.
Yeah, there's a raccoon suit back in 3. Go complain about that too, I guess.
Oh shit, guys. No one can wear those, like, Pokemon onesies that are, like, really popular in some places.
Wait,
Can't do
that's a
that.
thing? Oh my god.
That's,
Oh, I'm
that's the
sure.
thing.
Give me right now.
To be fair, there was a practice of killing Tanukis for their fur and making stuff out of them. But it's still, like, that's not... There's also a frog suit. There's no thing where people kill frogs and make frog leather. Wait, maybe there is.
Like, I can understand that, like, this has happened, but that's not what... Mario wasn't saying, yeah, we're skinning Tanukis for their suit.
Yeah,
Like,
they got the suit because they touched a leaf and you turned into a Tanuki. It wasn't like there's a Tanuki in the forest and he stabbed it in the heart and ripped his skin off and put on his body to gain new abilities.
whoa. Stab it in the heart? That would ruin the skin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a very good Tanuki hunter. I'm new to this Tanuki hunting thing.
Look at this, guys. It's a Pokemon onesie of a Blastoise.
Oh, that's dumb. I want a Pokemon onesie of a Pikachu, so I can be...
Get out of here. Squirtle is good too.
Eevee's best. Eevee best Pokemon.
Sure. Get.
Eevee turns
Rex.
in... See, the thing is, Eevee turns into like 100 goddamn Pokemon. Now, I remember back when it only turned into 3. Now it turns into like a Psychic one and a Dark one and a...
Yeah, I think it's 9. Isn't it? Is it 9? I don't know.
No.
It's because everybody likes Eevee, for God's sakes.
No, me and Relic are the best at Pokemon because we did make it to the final of the tournament. I saw a video of
What do you
that.
say?
I mean, Relic beat me, but I think it was pretty...
It was a very close battle. It was only
Yeah, it
because I had
was.
Eevee.
It was good. I mean,
Eevee and Skunk.
like,
Right.
Butkus, like, crushed Daglas, which was pretty good, but, you know.
That Squirtle looks derpy as hell. That Squirtle looks derpy.
Oh, do they have a
What?
keychain
Oh my
onesie
God.
where you can be a keychain that floats? 'Cause that'd be nice. That's just... Ugh. Screw
I hope
it.
they have a Ditto onesie, so you can just be the slime.
No, you can. It just turns into any onesie that
I
you
believe
can
those are
think
called
of.
Snuggies. Snuggies are the Ditto onesie.
That'd be great.
You have to get the pink one though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is this H1N1 survival swine flu game?
Well, you see, we're all gonna die because H1N1 is coming into the country, and if you don't get your vaccine now, you're gonna die.
Wait, is there a vaccine?
For H1N1?
Well, there's one for that one, but that's not a concern anymore. It's the one that Relic was talking about, like the
Oh,
peanut
might
butter.
be.
No, there's no vaccine for
Yeah, I
mice.
wouldn't have thought so. Okay. Well,
Well, GG everybody.
good.
Good game.
Was it? There was a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
Way
So
too
what
much
they have?
loading.
H1Z1?
H1Z1. That's a new game, a new free-to-play zombie survival game in the genre of DayZ and stuff like that, coming out by Sony Online Entertainment. And the premise behind it is basically just like another zombie survival game. And
Okay.
except they have had Twitch streams in the past, the game in its current state. And so far it's looking just like you would expect. Bare bones zombie survival game.
You know, I took a look at the DayZ standalone recently, and not much has really changed from the
Yeah.
mod.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually disappointing considering that there's supposedly this team behind it now.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, is the fact that you asked me about a couple months ago, and I would say, yeah, DayZ is gonna turn out pretty well. I think you just give it some time, and then eventually it'll come up to be a fantastic game. But no, nothing's happening with it.
This
at all.
happens so often where a game is just released early and they're like, it's in beta, it's in beta. How many games have been like that and actually evolved the way they were supposed to?
Damned, for example.
But here's the thing, though.
Oh, God.
It started as a mod, and then it got, like, it was this fleshed out mod for like, one guy, and then he got a team,
Yeah.
and was instructed to actually do it. And it's still in alpha. He's still
Yeah.
saying it's in alpha.
What happened to him, leaving the team, too? Wasn't he gonna
I think he's
leave?
leaving at the, I think he's leaving next year.
Okay.
Did he try to leave and he was blocked by this wall of money and he just couldn't get through and it just fell on him and he started swimming in it? And
Yeah.
he's like, oh,
That guy is just so rich right now.
might as well just
Well-
stay. I mean,
But like there's supposedly this giant team behind DayZ, and as far as it goes, you know, nothing's really progressed in it.
No.
It's basically DayZ, like it's basically Arma 2.5. It's in between Arma 2 and 3 as far as quality goes.
God,
were they
there
talking
needs
about...
to be one of these games that just come out and set the standard for not being in this terrible state of in between released and in development.
Well, I'll give... I have... Again, I'm not all that interested in, but I have hopes for Starbound. Like, the amount that they've done with that since it's come out is apparently substantial.
Well,
Like,
I'm
yeah.
talking about this specific genre. There isn't one single game in this genre that's
Oh, you
completed.
mean specifically zombie...
Yeah, if we,
These,
if
like,
we look
survival-
at this genre, you know, you have DayZ that's been in alpha for about a year now, I think, since the standalone.
Yeah.
You had the War Z, now renamed
Oh, God.
Infestation Survivor Stories, which is just a pitiful cash-in attempt.
Yeah.
Project Zomboid is kind of in this genre, but it's been in alpha since like the dawn of time.
Yeah, that's... Around the time I started Let's Playing, there was an alpha floating around for that.
I remember when I had only my poopy laptop and trying to run that game's demo, being like, "Oh my god, this game!"
That
And then
game
there's
ran
the
so
Dead
badly
Linker.
I couldn't record it.
But they aren't drowning in money like DayZ is.
Yeah. And then there's the Dead Linger that's much newer than DayZ.
It's a Kickstarter thing too.
Yeah, so that and it's changed its engine too. So I mean that's been going.
What about that other
That's releasing updates.
one? That one that like
H1Z1?
no, the one that like duped everyone. Which one was that?
That's the
That
worst.
was War Z.
Oh,
It duped me too. I remember
Okay.
pre-ordering it.
But And then there was Rift, and Rift was in this genre, but then they took out the zombie aspect
Rift.
of it to focus
You mean
on
Rust?
players. Yeah, Rust.
Okay,
To focus on the player on
It's an
player.
MMO.
people like
So-
Yoshi seems to really be enjoying Rust. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
Like the only ones that are offering any potential to be like the standard bearer for this genre is honestly the Dead Linger and H1Z1 at this point.
Yeah. I think either the Dead Linger or H1Z1 or some other title are gonna come along and do something good with this genre and set the standard, and then DayZ is gonna be like, oh, we should actually probably do something other than.
Well,
Sure.
isn't DayZ a Bohemia IP at this point?
Yes.
Then it's fucked. Bohemia never does anything right. So it's fucked. You can just forget about that.
What
it's
else
not
have
gonna
they
happen.
done?
They're the Armas. They've
Yeah.
done
Oh.
all. It's like that's it.
Okay.
I don't think they've really done much else, and all their money is going into Arma. They're not going to care about the DayZ. They've already made their money from it. They got the mod. They got people to buy the Arma for the mod, and then they got them to buy the standalone. They don't need to work on DayZ anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I didn't buy DayZ when I had the money to. I was like, I think I'll wait till it updates a bit more, and that was a really good choice because I would be sorely disappointed if I had bought it, because just play the damn mod. It's not that much different.
Yeah, I'm flat out done with any type of... Like, I don't want to buy early access games, period, anymore, unless what's there is already so amazing. Cause,
Damned is really what killed it.
well, the thing is, Don't Starve isn't... Like, again, I didn't buy Don't Starve, it was bought for me, but even a game that did everything right, I still ruined my experience by playing it while it was in that state. Like, I probably would have played it way longer if I hadn't played it that early, because they didn't have the difficulty up, and I lasted 72 days, and then I didn't want to play the real game once it came out.
I remember those days when you could
don't you
last that
find-
long.
I don't know. For me, I find enjoyment from like Don't Starve, seeing the new stuff and playing it from early to complete. Like
I just burnt myself out. Because, again, it was 72 days of nothing, and I became completely bored. And then when I got to it, it was like I have to start over, and now I'm only lasting 5 days, and then I have to start over again.
and you did do a Let's Play series of it as well. So.
Yes. Which, that is the weirdest game to Let's Play, because you don't know when to, like, end. Because you might be playing for 3 hours or for 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
it's very hard to plan things in that game. And 2, eventually it's very hard to say anything, because you're just chopping down trees. It's like RuneScape.
No, I like the premise of paying for an alpha of a game as opposed to pre-ordering, because I feel like that's a little bit more you're doing more with that money.
Yeah, I mean, it helps them make the main game. It's just, at this point, I don't trust developers to deliver on promises,
Yeah, I'd have to. At this point, I'm definitely cherry picking what I get into.
Yeah. And, like Companion said, Damned, like, I don't think you played Damned Relic, but
No.
perfect example. Good God, that game, it needed a lot to work on, and we were playing it, and we're like, this is already boring, but it has tons of potential. They've done nothing! It's been like half a year.
Yeah.
The updates are all bug fixes. They've done nothing to change the core gameplay. They've done nothing to tighten the mechanics.
It's been bug fixes, crash fixes. They say in the next coming patches they're going to add a new monster and insanity system, but that was like a month ago that they said that. And they, in the past like 5 updates they released, they broke the game. Like they literally broke the game, and they had to roll it back to one update.
Yeah.
How much does it cost if you'd buy it?
Oh.
$15.
Okay, so
Wait,
for that you could
really?
buy.
Full
Wow.
price.
So for that you could buy Project Zomboid, which has already showed tremendous changes in the past years. I mean, it's been a long project, but it's at a playable state.
Yeah.
You could buy that and have more fun with that, is what I'm hearing here, than Damned.
Yeah, Damned was really, really fun for like half an hour. And after that, there was diminishing returns. It's mainly
Yeah.
fun if you have at least one person who's legitimately getting scared. But eventually, they're going to get acclimated to the experience. Like, there was this one part where me, Douglas, and Companion played for like an hour, and I was so bored. Like, I couldn't find Companion. He kept on hiding from me. And they just wanted to beat the stage. I started having fun because I decided to be a friendly monster, and as they were searching, I would just hide and stand places. So they'd go around a corner and be like, I hate you, Cross. And I just did that like 10 times. But again, that wouldn't work the next time. Like,
Yeah.
and then we finally beat the stage, and the only difference was, like, if you lose, it's just like, everyone was killed. This time it was like, you win.
Yeah, a piece of me died when I saw that ending screen.
I don't think there was even an exclamation point. I think it was
No.
just, you win. No punctuation.
And the objective is to get into this room with a Ouija board, and I think you, like, expel the monster with it?
I guess, but they didn't show that. If that's the
No.
case, they didn't show it. It just said you
No,
win.
they didn't.
And that stage,
There-
it doesn't seem like that level was made for that game. Like, it was too big. There was, like, 3 floors. Like, they were getting lost. I couldn't find them. Like, oh my god, it was terrible.
While there have been some really bad examples of companies taking advantage of the whole early access, thing, you gotta, like, I mean,
Don't Starve is a
Don't
good
Starve.
example. Yes.
yeah, they've done a lot of work with it.
Yeah.
They've come a long way in half a year, or I don't know how long they've been, but I know like half a year, just as a
Yeah.
general spud.
They're a good example. Starbound is a good example.
Yeah.
Uh,
Even Contagion, that companion I played, they finished. We got that in alpha, and
Which is pretty-
they've released it now. And they're still updating it and stuff, but they've released it and it's fully playable. It's
is
good.
it an alpha or beta?
It's past alpha at the very least. I'm not sure if they
Okay.
finished beta yet, but
'Cause I feel like these games never get out of beta. Like, I think Warframe's still in beta, right?
I don't know. Well, the thing about beta is nowadays you can just slap it on and be like, oh, that thing's broken while we're in beta, so we'll get around to fixing that sometime.
Yeah, but then there's
But-
games that stay betas for like 3 years. Like, they're never
Yeah.
they're never gonna
Well, that's
leave beta.
again, no, that's the same thing because then some people use it as an excuse, like you can't criticize that part of the game because it's in beta.
well, I think you're being a little bit harsh there. Some people do that, but beta is more of a technical term to say.
Well, that's what it used
it's
to
an
be considered.
unfinished project. So,
But now
like,
a lot of people use it as a scapegoat.
Yeah,
for
and
their
is League of
gaming.
Legends in beta then?
No.
Because they're still adding content and they're still,
No,
they still
but-
make changes.
like in the scope of Warframe, for instance, if
Mm-hmm.
they're still saying that they're in beta, that probably means they have a couple of really big ideas that they want to implement that they don't consider the game to be done until those are in.
But
So,
what if they're never in and it never gets out of beta?
well, that's a risk essentially, but
But it seems like that's the common practice. Is what like
well,
I don't
with-
know.
especially with PC games, it's easy to get lost there. With console games, to release on time, they have to cut things out,
Yeah.
and that forces them to end beta.
Yeah.
So-
But I figure after a certain point, like you've sold everyone the game, they've paid full price. It's been a few years. Maybe updates are getting slow. Eventually, you have to say you're out of beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like eventually, you have to
I-
leave the crib. Like you
But-
can still update it, but you have to say that you're done.
Mhm.
Like I understand. Like back in the day, if a console game had a glitch, too bad. That glitch was staying forever. But I do like that there was more pressure to get rid of the glitches because of that one. And two, like you got the whole game. Like you got everything. They weren't purposely holding back features. You didn't have this weird update later on. You just had the game, and the game was the game. And like,
and then any ideas they had that they wanted to implement in the game, they didn't just cut those out and throw them away. They kept them for the next game and
Yeah.
use it to make the next game better.
exactly. Like
Back with Dynasty Warriors 2 to 3, Warcraft 1 and 2, like those are huge changes in between those games.
Hmm.
As opposed to nowadays with Call of Duty, where it's just they're focusing more on, small things.
yeah.
We have a mech suit now
And
to
then even
compete with Titanfall.
I'm playing more like a Scapegoat too. Like, that was the same thing. He made this small indie game. The entire thing was 100% complete. A Scapegoat 2, he added a lot of gameplay mechanics that he probably wanted to do before, but there were graphical limitations. Or maybe just he wanted to keep it simple. And the art is upgraded. Like, it's completely worth it to get the second game, and both of them are complete projects. Like,
Yeah,
I
he
like
didn't.
that.
He didn't release a Scapegoat 2 in beta or anything, did he? He just
He was
No,
like,
overall game.
we have like half the stages, we'll add them later.
Yeah, and he got. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he could have done that. Like, here's the beta of a Scapegoat. I mean, we don't have it all yet, but eventually we'll just keep on adding things.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just, and he got funded by Double Fine, which is really cool.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Awesome.
that's one of the reasons the game looks so much better. It wasn't just him; he actually had a small team and money.
See, like,
Tim
if
Schafer's.
a zombie survival game like Rust or DayZ or The Deadlink or was in development and they didn't release in this like state of not finished yet, but might be finished in a couple of years, and they just came out and just the whole thing finished, ready to be out there. Maybe some bugs need fixing or something, then that would just blow away the entire market. Because
well, there is a game coming out here soon, Dying Light, I believe. That is kind of an open world-esque zombie survival thing, and it's co-op.
Yeah. I think that's made by the same people who made Dead Island, right?
I honestly don't know, but it's a console game, which means that no matter what, when it comes out, that's pretty much it. You know, that's the core game's going to be the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can have hope for that at least. To maybe get the PC area in gear.
I have no hope left.
Your hope is dried up.
No, Dying Light I think is like a parkour type thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think it includes parkour. Yeah.
I think it looks interesting, and hopefully they don't screw it up like they. Yeah.
I mean that's another thing. That's why I can't pre-order things anymore. It's just you never really know what you're getting anymore.
Then pre-order can go.
Dude, I'm still sore about Goat Simulator. I got taken the hell in by that goddamn advertising. It was such a disappointment.
That's why I really like Let's Playing, is that you can see what game you're gonna get. Like you can.
I'm like worried that my video got people to buy it and they were disappointed. If I got people to buy it and they liked it, good, but that game was way more expensive than what justified. Like, I played it, I got bored during the gameplay of the video, but it was blind, and I don't think I conveyed that because I didn't realize how I felt until, like, the next day. So, that, like, 40 minutes, that was a $10 game. I don't think I'm ever playing it again.
If you're a person in the type of, if you're a YouTuber of like PewDiePie or somebody like him with that personality where the smallest glitch you can pay attention to for 10 minutes and just laugh about that for so long, then that game is just a gold mine for you.
So yeah, there's like 10 people on the internet that they could actually make that. Like, because even the people that are recording,
one of those people,
like, are they actually having fun though? Are they actually having fun?
I think they're laughing.
Well, it wouldn't. If PewDiePie, let's say, did it. I don't know if he actually did. He probably did.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He actually got exclusive access to it earlier, I think.
Yeah. So, like, it doesn't even if he had paid for it, which I doubt he did. He would have made his money back in one video. It wouldn't matter if he was having fun or not. Like, it was just a write-off at that point.
Yeah, no, he makes it, like, I forget how much money he makes a day, but I know it's over 1,000.
All I know is that he donated $250,000 to some water charity.
Water.org?
Something like that.
That sounds about right. That is aptly named.
Water.com, probably.
That'd be weird if it was com, because that would mean that it was a company as opposed to a charitable organization. We're gonna sell you water, poor people. Yeah.
Well, we are getting around time, so let's end this thought with exercise caution when you're looking at games to buy. Actually, do some research on them. Don't just be suckered in by their trailer or their screenshots.
And I hope you're right, Neuro. I hope you're right. But
what
he just said that no one would have bought it off of my LP, but they would have with Papa and Yo. Like, I hope that's true. And because it showed that I really enjoyed Papa and Yo, but I feel like I didn't, because I don't do reviews. But I feel like I didn't. I should have said my opinion. Like, yeah, don't pick this one up. But I didn't feel that until the next day. It's the problem.
But, I mean, Let's Plays do lead to sales, so it could have.
Yeah, I don't know. Just if you're thinking about buying like a zombie survival game, go to their forums and see how much they update and what they update and the frequency of the updates. And then if you think that's worth buying, then.
That should be for any game, but especially for an MMO or an early access game.
Yeah,
a lot of people
special caution for those.
A lot of people don't like to put the work in though. Like, I didn't put in the work for Goat Simulator. If I had studied a little bit more, I would have seen that it was a game jam game, and that would have told me everything I meant. That means it was made in 48 hours.
Gross.
Like that
trailer though.
The trailer, that was like one of the best goddamn trailers I've ever seen in my life.
That was the nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah, like...
Although I didn't buy it, so...
No, because you actually waited a little bit. I almost pre-ordered the stupid thing. I never do that. Last time I did that was Tenchu 3. That was over 10 years ago. I got a t-shirt for Tenchu 3 at least. Game wasn't really worth the order. Still have the T-shirt.
Wait, did?
Hmm?
Oh no, my computer's crashing.
Oh.
Shit.
Well,
This is not good.
what's on
Well-
your channel companion? Uh-oh.
You only got to live for.
Uh-oh. Well, look, I'm sure there's great content in all of our channels. YouTube.com/CrossKnights, OO Companion Cube, and Relictae. Check it out, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.